Spent half his life training, barely hit 3rd rank. Then this old man suddenly finds out his good-for-nothing son, who only knows how to slack off and mooch around, is actually the only guy in the whole city who broke through to innate realm. Martial arts manuals? He learns them instantly. Even incomplete techniques. He can deduce the missing parts and create new chapters. All because I transmigrated from Earth into this world where martial arts rule, and cultivation reigns supreme. And I discovered something insane. Whenever someone who practices martial arts or cultivation dies within 30 meters of me, I can absorb their power. So to collect all that cultivation energy, I got myself a job as a jailer, down in the dungeon, watching prisoners take their last breath. Thought I could just lay low, farm power, and level up. But trouble still came knocking. Today, after collecting my usual cultivation energy and heading home, the old man called me into his study. Xiaoqi, didn't I send someone to tell you to come home early? Zhang Zhendong's tone was ice cold. Xiaoqi kept his eyes down. Father, I was on shift today. Something happened at the prison. We were short-staffed. Couldn't get leave, so I got back late. Zhang Zhendong snapped impatiently. I've told you 1,000,000 times, only family business matters. That trashy jailer job, where you grovel around in filth, it's nothing but an embarrassment to the Zhang family name. In a few days, quit that job and go manage one of our family shops. Hearing this, Zhang Qie frowned slightly. Managing a shop, that's a future? Better than being a royal official? Truth is, Zhang Zhendong never cared about his future. Making him switch jobs was really just Zhang Zhendong's control freak nature acting up. In the past, Zhang Qie would have just nodded and obeyed. But today, maybe because he's got real power now, and his strength just skyrocketed, he's feeling a bit cocky, his temper's harder to hold back. He looked up, met Zhang Zhendong's eyes, and said calmly, Father, I think working at the city patrol office is just fine. After all, in 2 months, I'm marrying into the prince's manor anyway. Status and career don't really matter that much to me anymore. Zhang Zhendong's gaze darkened. He stared coldly at Zhang Qie. Are you questioning my decision? I wouldn't dare. Zhang Qie lowered his head again, his face blank. All right, still not strong enough. Gotta hold on a few more days. His whole life, Father only had eyes for Big Brother, only willing to train Big Brother. As for him, the second son, he was like air. No, worse than air. Every time Zhang Zhendong looked at him, all he saw was coldness and disgust. Not just because Zhang Qie's cultivation was weak. Not just because his talent was average. It was also because Zhang Qie's birth mother was a demoness from the northern wastes, and because Zhang Qie witnessed the most despicable moment of Zhang Zhendong's life. When he was 6, Zhang Qie watched a 5-man squad of demon suppression guards in iron armor storm the backyard and cut down his mother with their swords. Zhang Zhendong, also a demon suppression guard, just stood there, cold and detached like a stranger. Those guards even turned their killing intent on 6-year-old Zhang Qie and his baby sister Jiang Juzhen in her crib, if not for his grandfather arriving just in time and killing all those guards. With one strike, Zhang Qie would have died at 6. That day, his baby sister had just turned 100 days old, still nursing in her cradle. After that day, Zhang Zhendong left the demon suppression guard. His career ended. He's held a grudge ever since. All of this made their father-son relationship ice cold. Every time they met, Zhang Qie could see deep disgust in his father's eyes. And even though he'd lived 2 lives, facing a father like this, he couldn't fake being a devoted son. Wherever Zhang Zhendong showed up, he felt suffocated and miserable. So marrying into the prince's manor and escaping his control, he wasn't as opposed to it as people thought. Right now, father and son were trapped in another one of those icy, suffocating standoffs. Zhang Zhendong stared coldly at his second son, not even bothering to hide his disgust. After a long silence, Zhang Qie didn't get the storm of rage he expected. Instead, Zhang Zhendong spoke with rare calm. He said, someone from the immortal sect came by earlier. Zhang Qie replied flatly, I heard. Zhang Zhendong continued. It was an inner disciple from Star Cloud sect. Extremely high status. He wants the Zhang family to do something for him. And you're going to handle it. Zhang Qie looked up. What is it? Zhang Zhendong stared coldly and asked back. Today did you guys lock up some young guy named Qing Wuyan? Zhang Qie nodded. Yeah, we did. Actually, I got chewed out by my boss this afternoon because of that pretty boy, Qin Wuyan. Zhang Zhendong's voice dropped. Star Cloud sect wants Qin Wuyan to die in prison, quietly. Zhang Qi's face shifted. He was caught off guard. Sure, he didn't like Qin Wuyan, but killing someone? That never even crossed his mind. He'd been in plenty of fights, but he'd only ever killed beasts in the wilderness. Never another person. Especially not like this, being used as someone's puppet with no say in the matter. He wasn't down for that. He asked, who is this Qin Wuyan? What grudge does he have with Star Cloud sect? Zhang Zhendong raised an eyebrow, his tone leaving no room for argument. That's not for you to know. Just do what you're told. Zhang Qie fumed inside. This is such BS. He forced himself to stay calm. This isn't going to be easy. Qin Wuyan got locked up because he had a run-in with the prince's son at an auction. The city patrol office just threw him in on some random charge. But our chief seems to have a close relationship. He told everyone to treat him well. Looks like they'll only hold him a few days, just to save face for the prince's son. Then let him go. If we kill him in prison, and word gets out, forget about whether Qin Wuyan's backers will let it slide. Even the chief won't let us off easy. At that point, the Zhang family's gonna be in deep trouble. And as for Star Cloud sect, we can't count on them at all. The chief of the city patrol office, the top guy, is a legendary first-rank martial master. He's #1 in Hanyang City, and even in the whole northern region, he's top 3. Even at the Zhang family's peak, we couldn't handle the wrath of a first-rank master. As for the immortal sect, we can't rely on Star Cloud sect. Over the years, plenty of Star Cloud sect's vassal families did dirty work for them and got wiped out. 2 years ago, even the Zhang family almost got destroyed. We only survived because I agreed to marry into the prince's manor and borrowed their protection. But honestly, all that's secondary. The real issue is, if this blows up, I'm the first one who's screwed. I'll lose my job, and maybe even my life. Even if the Zhang family's fine, I'm definitely in deep trouble. And the prince's manor? They might not even protect me. After hearing all that, Jiang Zhendong didn't even flinch. He looked at Jiang Qie coldly. It's not your place to worry about any of this. Just do what you're supposed to do. No matter how hard it is, you'll make it happen. You've got 3 days. If you fail, family law will handle you. Of course, you won't be doing this alone. You don't have the skills for it. I'll arrange backup for you. Now get out. Jiang Qie slowly lifted his head, stared hard at Jiang Zhendong, then turned and walked out without a word. Wait. Jiang Zhendong looked at him suspiciously, frowning. Did you recently break through? Jiang Qie replied flatly. No, you're seeing things. He walked out without looking back. Jiang Zhendong stared at his son's retreating figure, his face dark. Outside, lanterns were just coming on. A pale crescent moon hung lonely in the distant sky. Jiang Qie looked up at the moon and let out a long breath. Right now, it felt like a volcano was building inside him, and who knows when it'll erupt.